In today's video, we're going to learn about scale drawings and scale models. This is part of Unit 6, so we're coloring red. Scale drawings and models, or scale drawings are models that either reduce or enlarge an object by a certain scale factor. A scale factor is a ratio that compares the size of the parts of a scale drawing of an object with the actual sizes of the parts of the object. Proportions can be used to determine the actual dimensions or the model's dimensions. To do this, we use the formula model, so the dimensions of the model over the dimensions of the actual object is equal to the dimensions of the new model, or the value that we're looking for, over the second actual measurement or second real life object. This proportion also works if you flip it upside down. You could have actual model, actual model. All right, example number 1. As part of a city building refurbishment project, architects are constructing a scale model of several buildings to present to the City Commission for approval. The scale model is 1 inch to 9 feet. And I like to box in the scale factor just because it helps me see it quickly. The courthouse is the tallest building in the city. If it is 7.5 inches tall in the model, how tall is the actual building? So I can use the scale factor as the first fraction in my proportion. 1 inch in the model is to 9 feet. So in 6th grade you learned about there's 3 ways to write ratios. You can write them with a colon, you can write them with the word 2, or you can write them as a fraction. So we're taking this proportion that's written with a colon and we're changing it into a proportion written with a fraction, or a ratio written with a fraction. That's equal to 7.5 inches tall. So again, we can match the units just like we did with the word problem. So 7.5 inches. And in this case, it would be okay to change 7.5 with the fraction into 7.5 inches. It makes the math a little bit easier. Is equal to how tall is the actual building? We don't know how tall the real building is, so we're going to replace the quantity that we don't know with an x. Grab my calculator really quick. I'm going to need that. All right, then we just cross multiply to solve. So we have 1 inch times x, so 1x is equal to 9 times 7.5. So 9 times 7.5 gives me 67.5. All right, and then I would solve the proportion 1 times x. We would divide both sides by 1. And we end up with x is equal to 67.5. And we're looking for the actual dimensions, so that would be feet. Right, example number 2. The City Commission would like to install new flagpoles that are 45 feet tall. How tall will they need to be in the model? So again, we go back to the scale factor. 1 inch is to 9 feet. It's equal to, in real life, the flagpoles are 45 feet tall. So we put that quantity in the denominator. That's an actual value. That's a real life value. And we want to know how tall will they be in the model. So we replace the unknown quantity with the variable x. Right, cross multiply and solve. 1 times 45 gives me 45 is equal to 9 times x. It's 9x. Solve that equation. We'd have to divide both sides by 9. And 45 divided by 9 is 5. And then we report our final answer with the correct unit. Since we're looking for a model, it's going to be inches, so our final answer would be 5 inches.